Welcome back to the Gathering Place podcast. I feel like we probably should have a reintroduction because it has been months and
I'm
months.
surprised you remember the name of the podcast.
The Gathering Place podcast. It took me like 2 months to remember what it was, but
now
after that, I got it. So, but anyways, thank you for joining in on the Gathering Place podcast. We're excited to get back into it.
Yes.
We got a little bit different scene. We'll get into that in just a minute. But I am Joe Seaman, a real estate agent in the Augusta, Georgia, Aiken, South Carolina market. And here is my bride, Miss Hope, chaos coordinator and controller of everything. Like, she just makes sure everything, especially in the background, goes smoothly.
We try to do that.
And so,
We do try.
So,
Yes.
what are we talking about today?
Well, first of all, TikTok's still here.
Ooh.
That would be number
one. That was
one.
our last episode that we posted, I believe, right?
Yes.
On January 20th.
And it went away. It was supposed to go away on the 19th. And it did. I mean, it went away for, Drew, did we figure out how many hours? 13 or 18. It was the longest 13 or 18 hours of my life. That's for sure. Honestly, but I would say since then, I don't know, like my attitude towards TikTok has changed a little bit. Like I still love it. I mean, I still like it, but I think like that little, I don't know what happened. I guess like thinking that it could possibly go away again or whatever, made me go back to the old platforms. Like I still like TikTok. I still learn from it, but I don't feel as dependent on it as I did before. And I find myself going there later.
Do you
versus
find that
living
the
there.
algorithm has changed on TikTok?
I don't know that I've been on it enough to notice, to be honest with you.
All right.
I mean, not that I don't go on it. I at least go on it like once a day. But it was a primary for me. I think our last episode, I was like having heart palpitations.
So like every now and then I'll be scrolling and then I'll see like one of the old content creators that I really used to like to follow and all that. Like they'll come across my screen and it'll be like, oh, I'm not even seeing them in like 2 months. You know, what happened? So I feel like the algorithm changed up when TikTok went away for 18 hours.
Well, okay, so I will say that when it came back, it was glorious. Absolutely. So I have friends in Canada. So when it went away, I was like, hey, Angel, like, what's my platform look like? Did it go away? Like, is it still there? And she'd send me videos. Like, our platforms never just went away. Just, we went dark, right? So when I got back on there, I was like seeing people from Ireland and Scotland, and I just started following those people because I liked it. I liked their content. Like I liked reaching other countries where I felt like before we were just seeing localized to America. And those people were funny because there was this whole movement. I mean, some of you probably already know this, but there was this whole movement like when the Americans went away. People were like, some people were super happy about it. Like, oh, we finally get a chance to, you know, get into the higher algorithms to be some of the bigger content creators. Like, thank goodness Americans are gone. And then they kind of went back to saying it was boring without us.
I'm sure. If that doesn't tell you that everything in America is then I don't know what does.
Exactly. We are their source of free entertainment. So they welcomed us back with open arms.
Nice.
And then they started snitching on each other about whether or not, like, oh, so-and-so was trying to be like a big creator and slamming you. And then, so of course, all the Americans would go to that creator and unfollow them. Like, it was a whole movement.
So I've
never felt more powerful as an American in my life.
Through TikTok?
Then TikTok.
When you got your TikTok freedom back?
But then, like, I liked it for a while. Like, okay. All right, speaking, like, today is what? We're in what month filming this?
April.
Okay,
Mid-April.
So we did our last one. We released it on the 20th, which was the day after. So by the time we released it, it was back in play. A lot has changed since then. And so for me, like in the beginning, I was like, oh, TikTok, I love it. Thank you, Jesus, for bringing it back, like blah, blah, blah. But then I just feel this slow fade away from it as much as I did before. And I don't really know why. I thought about that last week because there was a threat of it possibly going away again.
Really?
But then someone supposedly, Drew, do you know this? Someone supposedly was put a bid to buy it, and like I looked, I don't know, you don't even know what's authentic anymore, to be honest, but it didn't go away. It was supposed to go away the 5th. What day is it? That is how crazy life is
April
right now.
something. I don't
It's
know.
April the 8th. So it was supposed to go away last Saturday, I think.
Okay.
I might be wrong. I might be
I don't,
wrong. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about this.
Long
other
story short, I didn't care this
second
time.
round of it going away.
I just didn't care this time. And it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't learn from it, because I do. I just realized it was like something that could be taken away again, and I just wanted to like get rid of that dependence on it.
It's good. I will tell you that I probably am posting more on TikTok now, and it's reaching more people than
Because
it has.
that I will say.
Yeah.
So when you say algorithms change, yes, I would say that we opened ourselves up to be more broad versus just maybe before we weren't.
Got it.
But I don't know that so saying that, I would say yes. Yeah, it's still an
follow you.
information source for
Yes.
me.
Okay.
I thought you were saying like your algorithms were weird, like you were. I don't know what I thought you were saying, but
No, I was saying that I am seeing other
countries,
things
yes.
that I have not normally been seeing, but
Your old
every now and
content.
then when someone that I would kind of, so I don't follow a lot of people. I just let it organically come up in my news feed. And so when I'd see them come up, it'd be like, oh, I haven't seen, the strawberry guy lately. How many strawberry plants has he planted? Stuff like that. And so it's like,
I agree.
I've not kept up with those type people.
What I did before when it was going away is all of my favorite creators, I went and found them on their other socials. So I found
See, I
them on
didn't-
TikTok. I found them on Facebook. I found them on YouTube because I didn't want to like lose that. And so maybe that's why I'm on those other platforms more,
Maybe,
because I'm seeing
yeah.
the people that I liked.
I'll tell you one platform that I'm really loving is
What's that?
YouTube.
Really?
So
I haven't really got there. I know.
it is much longer
As we're on
content a
YouTube.
lot of times, but I don't know. I'm really into YouTube. I'm not going to sit there and watch the whole 20 minutes or 60 minutes that people post, but
Really?
I'm liking YouTube. Aren't you, Drew? You like really into YouTube? And by the way, very shameless plug. If you're not following us on YouTube, go follow us on YouTube. Subscribe.
That was
So,
a shameless plug.
but I will tell you, like,
I mean,
I'm
I follow
really-
us on YouTube.
I'm really
I
liking
follow
YouTube.
us.
So
I do follow us there. I just don't find myself using that platform as much, but I guess I
it's
should.
a whole different. It is so much different than
My dad uses YouTube.
Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
and TikTok. It's so different.
My dad was trying to navigate and school me on shorts. I was like, what? He said, well, I go on YouTube because it's not as, I don't have to, like, you technically don't have to have an account to scroll on YouTube. Now, to subscribe to people, you do, but you just have access. Where Facebook and Instagram and things like that, you have to have an account to be on those platforms. But if you just want to be an observer, I guess that's why he likes it. But it's funny that my dad's on YouTube. He's not on YouTube. He's just, that's where he learned stuff at. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
We need to have my dad on here one day. That would be a fun podcast. That would be very, very interesting
And entertaining.
and very entertaining. I have to make sure his
So-
filter was working there.
Yeah. So out of the social media platforms that you're watching, that you're on, what platform would you say that you go to the most?
Facebook, which has changed because
Really?
that wasn't where I was. If you look at the last podcast, I was like, no, TikTok, then Instagram, then Facebook. I hate Facebook. It changed, but I think we just figured it out. I think I just figured it out, sounding it out to you. I moved all of my favorite content creators into
To different
Facebook.
platforms and
And so I see them more, so it draws me in there. And okay, so for them, also, I'm learning a lot. For them, apparently, YouTube and Facebook are the top two for payouts, apparently. Then even TikTok, because the creator fund is so complex in TikTok that in the very beginning they were able to make a lot of money, and they still do, but not as much as, it's not as easy as it was before. Like, you have to intrigue them for so many minutes or so many seconds, and there's like a whole thing with that. But payout wise, apparently Facebook has a higher payout than
so my question is, because my business brain works this way. How do they pay out so much money?
People pay ads to put their stuff out.
That much money's going into ads?
I don't know.
I mean, there's people making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But people have
A
to
month.
pay to be on
I don't
the
know.
platform.
I'm just blown away with the
I don't know.
money that gets.
That's too about high above my pay grade. I don't know.
So,
I say I'm a
well,
Jill of all trades and a chaos coordinator, not a money person. I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
don't know.
Fair
I
enough.
get what
So,
you're saying though.
Yeah. I will tell you, like, as far as from a real estate perspective, here's how I kind of gauge each platform. So Facebook is kind of like the reiteration. It is much more localized, in my opinion, as far as real estate goes. You know, so just talking about our business, when someone gets a mailer or a postcard from us, or they see the billboard, or they see our van, or they see the yard sign or something like that. They see us in, a newspaper or something, whatever they see, and then they see us on Facebook. That's kind of just
Validation. Yes.
of, okay, this guy is who he says he is and is doing what he said he does. So,
Yes.
therefore, we do get business off of Facebook. We get it in a way that is almost just a validation. All right. I was going to call you, Joe, to sell my house anyways, but since you're posting on Facebook so much and you are doing the thing you're doing, it just kind of solidified why I'm going to use you. Instagram, I am learning Instagram. Like, it is
Instagram's a beast of its
it's
own.
a beast, and it's a whole different world. And so it's one of those, a lot of silent watchers
Washers.
with Instagram.
But they're
And-
not so silent you can't see them.
Right. Same with Facebook. So we see you when you watch our Facebook stories.
We definitely see you. I'll tell you a whole reason why I know that people are watching that. We can get into that later.
Yes.
Keep talking. I don't want to interrupt your.
Yes.
I have figured those out.
All good. But
Yeah.
Instagram and then
No, it's not a bad
TikTok,
thing.
we are literally getting a ton of like comments and shares and reposts and all that on TikTok, which is good and validating that, you know, the content that we are producing is things that people are interested in.
Yeah.
And then YouTube is growing. So Drew and I were just talking about our YouTube videos and how they're growing and reaching more in the shorts, and you're getting thumbs up and comments and all that. And so I will tell you, just the evolution of our content from Drew's been with us 2 years.
2 years, Drewby.
Just a little over 2 years. Just the evolution of the content we're creating. Even Keaton was like, Dad, all my friends are talking about how good all of your stuff is. And I'm like, not me.
Not our 16-year-olds. They don't say that.
But
As Kessler's behind
that's
this
kind of
camera.
what I think all the different platforms are as far as a real estate perspective.
Yes. So, okay, let me just tell you. So, I've told y'all this in the last episode. I now, on TikTok, I stay in the FYP page, which is the For You page. I now don't follow my friends. I have a method to that madness, too. I mean, I follow my friends. I just don't, there's a page that you can go to that you can just see the people you follow and their content. I don't do that. And this is why. Because when Joe shows up on my FYP page and I interact with that post, it is more organic for him to build algorithms than it is for me to go to the following page and see his content and then look for it and then engage with it, because they're going to know I'm going to do that because he's my friend, right, on that platform, or I follow him. So I'm very strategic on TikTok with that. On Facebook, I pulled my phone up just a second ago. They are starting to introduce this, which is kind of wild, because they have a home screen, which is your normal feed. They have a friends page, which would be the following for FYP. They have a video page, a marketplace, notifications, and a menu. So they just rolled that out within the last couple of weeks, the friends page, because your main feed on Facebook is starting to show up like TikTok, where you're just getting stuff from all over the country, not just your friends, especially if you have a creator page, because that's what I'm seeing that as that's rolling out. Now, before we leave, I want to tell y'all about how we know about, or you should know this too. It used to be you could scroll at people's social media.
Social media lesson.
Sorry.
Today from
Sorry.
Hope.
Sorry. It used
This
to be.
was not even what the whole
No.
podcast was supposed to be.
We haven't even
about
told
today.
you where we're at, but we'll do that in a minute. But we can tell on Facebook, you can tell on Facebook when someone has come to your page and viewed your page without interacting with you or being your friend, especially if they're not your friend. You can't really, if they're your friend, you can't really see that. But if someone is scrolling your page, they are going to show up in your suggested friends. So if you'll scroll down, you'll know that they've been stalking your page. That's Facebook. Also, in stories, will show you, and Instagram does this too, they will show you who has watched and not interacted with your stories. Now, I could care less if people look at my stories and all of that. I'm just saying, y'all think that we can't see? We can. And on TikTok, same thing. There's a little feature that's been out for probably the last year, and it'll say people who've viewed your profile. And now you get notifications that so-and-so viewed your profile. So the days of stalking are over, silently. So
Yeah, I'm looking to see who's
Yes.
coming up as my suggested friends, because I
Yes.
just learned something today.
yes, your suggested friends. Now, it could very well be a situation where people just, genuinely maybe had like an acquaintance or whatever. But typically that suggested friends, it'll go people you may know is what it's called. It's right here. I'm not going to show people's pictures. It could be that you were in proximity with this person, like at a restaurant or at an event, and Facebook will sync the two of y'all together as suggested friends or people you may know, or they came to your page to scroll and look. So those aren't secrets anymore either.
Okay.
But anyway,
So Drew and I were talking about this
Mm-hmm.
earlier. What platform do you feel people get the most hate on?
oh, absolutely TikTok.
Really?
They are so brutal and rude. I
Okay.
couldn't tell you about YouTube because I don't know, but people on TikTok are just...
Keyboard warriors?
Yes, they're just mean. They just say stuff just to say stuff. We have a friend that just posted her master's haul the other day, and they just roasted her. And I'm going, first of all, clearly you don't know anything about the masters and how coveted it is to go inside of there and get that stuff. Otherwise, you wouldn't be bashing the poor girl. Sorry, I got a little rampage. Sorry. It's
So
TikTok.
you feel TikTok?
Absolutely.
I have a friend that is huge on YouTube, and she was like, especially YouTube Shorts, she was like, those are the worst, even worse than
Really?
TikTok. And so I wonder what the difference is between the viewers of TikTok and the viewers of YouTube Shorts. Why the hate comments?
I don't know. It's like, okay, so like I guess things in life, something comes in front of you and you have that intrusive thought, right? Somebody walks in front of you and maybe like the outfit they're wearing, you're kind of like, did they look in the mirror this morning? Like, I'm just saying, normally you don't say that, right? I'm just saying, normally you wouldn't verbalize it.
Okay.
But where our brains are so trained to the shorts and I'm sorry, Joe, you've thought that. I'm not the only one who's thought that. Are you serious?
Roll with it.
Anyway, I think that maybe the correlation would be short videos. Typically, if we're like seeing that in person, our filter would engage and it would
So-
shut us down.
Drew and I were talking about this, the difference between YouTube and Shorts and TikTok, because they've experienced some negativity on YouTube as well, just from commenters. But we feel like, what we said was this is more of a reflection of the person making the comment
Yes.
than it is of the video.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
those negative comments and all, they just, it's what's inside of them that's coming out, is what I feel like. And so if they see you doing something good, they see Drew and Aaron doing something good, it makes them feel like they're not doing something good. And so,
but why
have to build themselves up.
It goes down to just scroll on. That's the beauty of the.
You would think, but
a
lot of times people don't.
Oh, so see, you're so much better at stuff like that than me, because I would internalize everything people would say, and
we have had some TikToks
and I don't look.
Just there's some very, very, very nasty comments, but it's just part of it,
I would have to just post and just not go back and read them.
I've got some pretty thick skin, so
yeah, I don't.
It doesn't really bother me.
You married somebody who does not have thick skin, so there you go.
So, it's all good.
But anyway.
It's all good. So that was our whole social media podcast that was not even planned.
No,
so
we were going to tell you where we are.
Notes. We'll save that one for the next one.
We'll save it for the next one.
But we have, this is your social media guru, even though she is starting up something new and she's been coming to yours truly for social media tips. How about that? So
I can tell you about algorithms, okay? That's what I can tell you about. But yes, so
I pay a lot of money in coaching and all that for social media things, and so utilize it. So hope y'all learned something from today's podcast. I can't wait for the next one. We're going to tell you where we're at.
Yes.
What it means
and why
to
there's
us,
background noise.
and why there's all this background noise and all that. So we will catch y'all on the next one of the Gathering Place podcast. I am Joe Seaman, a real estate agent in Augusta, Georgia, and Aiken, South Carolina. And this is my lovely bride, Hope.
Yes, I like when you introduce me. I like when you say my name.
Hope. This is Hope, the chaos coordinator, and who knew, social media guru. So we're going to name her that now. And we will catch y'all on the next episode of the Gathering Place podcast.